YouTube, we are back with another lesson. My fault, everybody. I was sick the past week. I had no energy. I was slumped out, sinus infection, coughing, couldn't breathe, couldn't talk. I had the mucus all in my voice, so I did not make any videos. And unfortunately, I'm going out the country in a couple of days as well, so I still won't be making any videos. The only reason I'm making this video is because I'm finally doing better now, and I just want to make an announcement that y'all still about to get no more videos. You know, I will maybe vlog a little bit and post that for you guys, but for the most part, I will be seeming like I'm MIA. But besides that, there's been a lot of good news, man. I escaped a humongous drawdown. I was down 13,000 in Swiss yen. I got out with a profit. It wasn't a big profit. It was actually just over break even. I just wanted to get rid of that pain. You know, I was gonna hold it for another month and try to really milk it, but it just didn't work out like that. I just closed for $840 on pound Aussie. Close those profits, and as you guys can see, I'm back in the trade off the pullback, and we're up another $300. So there's a few trades I want to go over with you guys, and you know, maybe some closed profits that I had earlier in the week if I could find it in my journal. And yeah, man, no more yapping, let's get straight to it. Probably my one and only video of the week, man. Let's go. If I look tired, it's probably because I am. I did just wake up like 30 minutes ago. Then when I turned on my charts in my office, the screen just smacked my face. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. But man, let's get through these trades, man. First let me see if I can find some closed P&Ls in my journal. Hold up. Okay, so here, this was yesterday. I closed $823 on pound Aussie. As you guys can see here in my closed trades, it came out to $823.51. And you guys can see I said taking profits, looking to re-enter at pullback once again. Then here when I entered, I said, all right, we entered pound Aussie right off of this pullback. Facing the way, I entered right off this pullback, and now when I go on my trading view, you guys can see the account, the trade is all right here. I entered again at 2.06. I have a standard on it. I am looking to take this trade for another $800 to $1,000. Now, the first trade I took is very simple, and I want you guys to understand this, okay? Technically, let me delete this. Technically, we were in a downward trend. Look it, it's respecting my trend line. I take trend lines very seriously. When I see it respecting a trend line, bouncing off of it, bouncing off of it, bouncing off of it, that shows me that's a respected trend line right there. So when I see a breakout to the upside, do you guys see this candle right here? Do you guys see that donkey candle? This shows me that there's demand. So we broke out of the trend line and we made a new high. We made a new structure point. So that tells me everything I need to know. That tells me the trend is about to reverse. So when I see the trend about to reverse, what do? I buy it. I buy it. I wish it could be more complicated than that, y'all, but it's not. The only thing that separates me from other people is I control my risk very well, so I don't use a stop loss. So I entered this trade right here off this pullback, and we had another push up. Whenever I see a donkey candle like that, I'm going to close the trade because I have a intuition for it because I've been trading for a while now. So when I see that donkey candle and then we see a little pause, I'm like, okay, I'm expecting a pullback. I'm always expecting a pullback. I know how the Forex market moves, so I closed profits, waited for another pullback, and once it got to this support resistance level right here, I entered again so I can take it to a new high. And that's it. We're talking about higher highs and higher lows, guys. You got to know your structures: uptrend, downtrend, consolidation. This right here, my friends, is a newfound uptrend. Higher high, higher low. Higher high, higher low. I'm going to take this to a new higher high. It's as simple as that. And on top of that, don't get me wrong, the reason we got this big donkey candle right here was because the pound had some good fundamental news, and I take fundamental news very seriously in my analysis. I am always looking at fundamental news when it comes to trading. You guys have to make sure you're eyeing the chart. I do have a software that I use, but I'm not going to go over it today. I go over Forex Factory because this is what people are going to see when you don't have a software like me. Forex Factory, and you download the app myfxbook.com. I've talked about it multiple times. This is where I eye my fundamental data so I can see what is going on. I need to see if US dollar news is looking weak, the pound news is looking weak. I need to see if the Australian dollar news is looking weak so I can see what bias I'm going to have. That's, and obviously the software I use to find my setups, but I'm not going to get too deep into this right now. But if you guys want a copy, you can look it up. It's Edge Finder. It's at www.a1trading.com. I love this software. It's helped me tremendously. I've been using it for almost a year now in my trading. Next up, US dollar Swiss franc. We actually closed over $1,000. I believe I talked about it recently, but I entered again because I was loving, once again, the upward trend line it was respecting, but it now broke down on me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to sit and draw down. I've been through this a billion times again. I'm going to see if it's going to continue to go against me, and if it does, what I'm going to do is wait for a break of the downward trend. So if we're going to the downward trend, right, guys, I'm going to wait for a break to the upside, just like I did with Pound Aussie, and I'm going to continue to scale in to the upside, unless we get really overextended to the downside and I see some US dollar fundamental news doing really well. I can buy at the bottom here to bring my average way down here, so when we finally get that shoot up, I will be in profit at a lower point than when I initially entered. I hope that makes sense, and I hope I'm not going too fast. I'm trying to make this as simple and as quick as possible. I do have to go to a Pilates class with my sister, so I am in a little bit of a rush, but I'm like, I gotta bust out a video, man. I haven't busted out no videos, and I'm leaving in 2 days to go out the country, so I just need to bust this video out for you guys. And then the last trend I'm gonna go over before I close out this video is Euro GBP. Guys, Euro GBP, I was down around $8,000 in at these levels, but you know, I don't use a stop loss, so I did add because I seen the fundamental change. I seen the donkey candles. I seen it come down the first time, we pulled back, and then I seen another big donkey candle. That shows me we're not making new highs. We made a double top, broke back down to the downside. It tells me structure is changing. We didn't break back above this trend line. I'm just reading basic market structure, so I added, and then it continued to came down on me. We're respecting this trend line right here, so I'm riding it out. I am back down to $360 from $8,000. People always say using no stop loss is crazy, but when you control risk and you have enough capital, using no stop loss is everything. That's the only reason I'm surviving. That's the only reason I'm winning the way I am. My profitability comes from not using a stop loss. It does. Imagine if I lost that 13,000 on Swiss yen. Imagine if I lost that $8,000 on Euro GBP. I'll be looking goofy. It just came right back to my entry point. Why would I do that to myself? So I'm so happy I don't use a stop loss. It has saved me more times than I can count on my fingers, man. More times than I can count on my brain. Me trading like this has changed the game for me. Reading economic data, reading technicals from a basic standpoint, not a strategy, but just reading structure. I don't use a strategy. I'm not looking for the Wagyu beef order block test with a triple confirmation. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at basic market structure. I'm looking at trend lines, consolidations. Is it in the channel? Do we have demand? Do we have a big supply zone? What's going on? Basic, technically. I just want to see what type of structure we're in. That's all I care about. Everything else besides that is all noise to me. It's all noise in the ears, and you need to block it out so you can stay locked in on what really matters. And what matters is, are we in an uptrend or a downtrend, or are we consolidating? That's all you need to worry about, guys. Block out the rest of the noise. is going to save you in the long run. I used to be a victim of it, but now look at me, I'm thriving, man. So the past few weeks have been great for me. I've escaped so much drawdown. Like, this is a really good month. I've been closing out continuous profits. I'm excited for the rest of this month has to offer, but unfortunately for the next probably 2 weeks, you guys won't see or hear from me. I may try to bust out one more video before I leave, but I am going out the country. I will record a few videos out there and make a vlog for you guys. I'm going to an interesting country, so we'll see how it pans out. This is my first time in a country like this, so hey, wish me luck out there. And all you guys, make sure you're controlling risk. Make sure you're doing your job in these markets and not losing your money. And with all that being said, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I will catch you in the next lesson. Let's go, baby.